Good morning, guys. I had to turn this into a quick voiceover as the wind disturbed my audio. It just got past 7 AM and we are already on our journey to the South Ionian Greek islands. In order to get there, we have to pass the Lefkas Canal and a bridge that opens up every hour so that the boats can get from the North to South Ionian. It will be a very long day as we are sailing from Paxos, and our boat, the 33 feet Beneteau, has a pretty small engine, which means it's slow when motoring. Ideally, we would love to get some wind heading in the right direction, as that would get us there faster. Waking up at 5 AM this morning, though, made me realize how much we've been missing out by not always setting sails so early in the morning. The sunrise was spectacular. I think we are aiming for the 2 PM, either 2 PM or 1 PM entrance to Lefkas Canal. And ideally they want the whole flotilla to go one after another because they opened the bridge for such a short period of time that to get all the boats through it, we just have to stick together so they're not tempted to just close it right in the middle of our passage. We are just entering the Lefkas Canal now. The bridge should open in about 25 minutes. You can see the red buoy on our port side and the green one on our starboard. Once again, I'm going to do a voiceover here as you could barely understand the audio. Going through the Lefkas Canal was a complete chaos. And it made me realize even more that many people who sail the Ionian or join the flotillas don't really know what they are doing. No shade though, I was in their position once before, when I learned how to sail here. Before the bridge opens, there are many boats waiting for the signals to get through. Some drop their anchor so that it's easier for them to stay still. Others park side on to the quay near the bridge, although the spaces are limited there. And the rest of us stay under power, usually keeping their position in the same spot. Many people chose the last option, however the weather conditions meant that they were getting blown about all over the place. Many unable to keep their position and started spinning around. And as much as I can understand why people would struggle to keep the boat still in these conditions, the next part I am not so understanding about. As soon as the signals were given to inform us that the bridge was opening up, everyone tried to jump in the queue, barge in the middle, even if there was no space, often forcing you to give up your spot just to ensure that they don't crash into you. What made things worse, I had a guy from our flotilla practically on my tail the whole time I was going through the canal, trying to overtake me. Bear in mind, I was already doing 30 revs on my boat, which was more than I should, just so he doesn't crash to the back of my boat. Also, the canal was simply too narrow for him to overtake, even if he wanted to go much faster than I. As the canal started to widen up, he blasted his engine and shot straight past me and all the other boats. I don't even want to know what revs he was doing. And just to add to this, soon after he left the canal, we could hear him on the radio saying that his engine stopped working and he is stuck, only getting a bit of steerage using the genoa, also known as the front sail. Well, we were clearly told about the revs and how to use the engine before we started our sailing flotilla, so even if he didn't have as much sailing experience as us, he could just listen to the rules, but he chose not to. Okay, enough of complaining right now. I just wanted to let you know my thoughts and feelings at that time. Please don't be one of those people who don't listen. Anyway, once we got to the South Ionian, I quickly forgot about it, and I was left only with a feeling of awe and amazement. Up until this point, I thought that it would be the first part of my journey through the Ionian that would excite me more, as I have not been to the North Ionian before coming here. And the islands such as Corfu and Paxos, I've heard nothing but praises about. South Ionian, on the other hand, is very known to me, as I have been there several times before. What I didn't realize is what South Ionian really meant to me, and that it has become my second home. This was my happy place. This was where it all started. This is Lefkada over here. We are going straight past it. Lefkas town was just over there. We've put our sails up now, so it's nice and quiet and peaceful. I love when the sails are up. I've been waiting for this all morning. We're actually going faster now with having the sails up than having the engine. I do think it's such a shame that we didn't get to go to Lefkada town or Lefkas town. The passage was a bit too long for us to be able to fit everything in, I think. Weather conditions, perfect for sailing, so how can we complain? We are sailing very slowly towards our destination. I mean, the wind dropped massively since the last time I spoke to you. A beam reached, so in theory perfect conditions for sailing, but the wind is just too weak. However, I quickly wanted to show you the islands that are around us and the mainland. So towards that, straight towards, is Ionian Sea Island. To my port side, it is the Greek mainland. If you remember Peleros, Bunaki, where my journey with sailing started, it's very sentimental. It would be lovely to go there. This gorgeous big mountain behind me, that's Lefkada. Ithaca also is beautiful and mountainous, but I don't think you can see it from here actually. I can just see the mainland, Lefkada, Ionian Sea, and then some smaller islands that we don't know the names of because there are no facilities there, you know. I don't even think there are any houses on these two small green islands. I think it's just forests and bushland. I will check back in with you once we get to Little Baffy.